This will blow your mind. Adobe's new Premiere Pro beta version finally has gained an AI feature that will change video editing forever. I couldn't believe it when I first saw a video example from an official Adobe webpage, but then I installed it myself, tried it, and honestly, I think that may revolutionize the video industry. The only thing that I want to ask is to keep watching this video, so by the end of it you might agree that this could be the beginning of a new era of video editing. So where to find this awesome feature for Adobe Premiere? All you need to do is to open your Adobe Creative Cloud and select Apps from the left menu. So for the screen that will appear, choose Beta in the horizontal navigation bar, and right away you'll see all available beta versions of the entire Creative Cloud suite. We're interested in Adobe Premiere, so hit the install button and wait until the app installs on your computer.
A few moments later.
Once installed, open it right away from the Creative Cloud window or find it in your apps catalog on your computer. Let's run it from there. You'll see a bit different launch screen with the word beta in the brackets, but the rest will look pretty the same as regular Premiere Pro. So let's click New Project and name our file Generative Extend Tool and save it on my desktop. Let's click Save and Create. So right away you'll see a bunch of stock videos from Adobe. We don't need them obviously, so we'll just click Skip and we'll get into the regular starting window of Adobe Premiere Pro. So the feature that we'll be talking about today is this one, Generative Extend Tool, which is located right here at the top panel of Premiere Pro. And what this feature basically does, it extends your video with a few extra seconds. And of course, it still has at least 3 limitations from what I know. First of all, you cannot work with the videos that are, let's say, 4K. You are limited to Full HD 1920 by 1080. Additionally, you cannot work with videos that have more than 30 frames per second. So 24, 25, 30, all fine. But let's say 60 frames per second, now the tool will just show you the error. And third limitation, the most harsh one, is that you actually have only 2 extra seconds on top of your video. So you cannot generate more AI video. Let's just now try to import some media and play around with those videos. Most of those are from stock websites and just one of those is mine. Here are our videos. As you see, frame rate is pretty different, 30 frames per second, 25 frames per second, 29.97, really different frames per second, but all of those are less than 30 frames per second or 30, so we're fine with that. Let's just drag our videos to the timeline. All right, here are our videos. And first of all, what I want to check is my sequence settings, because we want to make sure that our sequence settings frame rate is 25 frames per second. And let me explain you why it's so important. As you can see, the time base, we have 30 frames per second, but we all know if you have 30 frames per second of your sequence and your video has 25 frames per second, it will look pretty choppy. I see that the lowest frame rate of my video is 25 frames per second, so that'll be my time base. And the frame size, as you can see, is 1920 by 1080, which means that we're still good. It's not 4K, it's not more than Full HD. So here are the videos that we'll be playing around with today. Let me just make some space in between so that we have this additional space to generate 2 seconds of extra video, and then one by one we'll go through those videos. You can see there's some audio. I'll just basically delete the audio because we don't need it. So we have our 7 files. The first one is this Ferrari with the driver. The second one is me holding the audio cassette. Then we have 4 people driving a car. Then we have a guy playing guitar, a drummer, 2 guys moving the furniture, and there's a girl reading the book. Additionally, like to prepare our videos for this feature, I wanna just to copy all of our videos, so that I will show you how it looked before and how it looked after, so we know exactly like where those 2 seconds were added. And of course, we're not forced to generate additional 2 seconds at the end of the video. We may always generate the beginning of our video. So here is what I'll do for this video. For example, I'll just generate first 2 seconds of this video. For this one, let's say I'll generate the 2 last seconds, and the rest we'll see in a moment. So first of all, I click this tool, Generative Extend tool. When you point your mouse on your video, you'll see right away that there's a sign that shows you that you can do something with that. So what I'll do, I'll just take this marker and just drag it to the left to the maximum. And you can see that there is actually the information that you have just 2 seconds, the duration of your AI generated video. So 2 seconds, nothing more. And I release it, and you can see that right now there was a status uploading, now it's generating, which means that it sends it somewhere. And what I was able to find out that it's actually uploading to the cloud, and then in the cloud it's being generated, and then it's just sending back the newly generated video. So looks like you need to have the internet connection. It's not happening within your computer only. And at the same time, we may work on actually a few videos. I'll drag this one to the right, and probably I'll drag this one as well to the right. So I don't want to do that for all other videos, because I tried that before, and it looks like whenever you make more than 3 videos at the same time, then the tool will just tell you that, oh, you cannot do that because you're exceeding some quota. But I can actually show you that. So let's say here's a guy playing the guitar, and I'll try to do that for this video as well. Oh, it's still generating. Let's do that for this guy as well. It's still working. Let's now try for this video with the guys with the couch. I actually will generate the first 2 seconds. Okay, oh, I see generative extend is at maximum capacity, please try again. So no worries, we can just leave it as it is, where it is, and come back to it a little bit later. So the first one is already ready. We can see how it looks like. So here is where it started originally. So you can see the driver, there's a slow-mo video, and let's see what AI generated for us. Well, I can say I would trust that this is a real video. It looks really cartoonish, and then it merges with the original video. There is some lag. I see some black spot in between, but we can easily cut it off. What I noticed that the texture of the car is pretty nice, but the shapes of the building, the face of the person in the car, it's not the best. It looks like a Need for Speed game or something like that. So I'm not impressed. Let's go to the next one. This is video of me holding the audio cassette, and the video, the original one, ends right here. And let's see what AI came up with. Okay, so it's not so bad actually. I don't do much here. I'm just holding it and looking sour into the air, but that's totally fine. By the way, whenever you don't like it or you want to report something, you can always click on this AI generated icon with your right button, and you can see that you can either generate again, once again the video, it will probably look a little bit different, or you can just give thumbs up that yeah, that was a good output, or no, that was a poor output, and you can leave some feedback. So let's say poor output, and you can see here some feedback options that you can provide. But let's say I want to generate it again. I didn't like it. So while it's generating, let's go to the next one, which is the cabrio with 4 people on it. So the original video ends right here, and let's see what AI came up with. Wow, actually, it's not so bad. I see there are some problems with the hand of this woman. I think 1, 2, 3, 4. She has like 7 fingers, but apart from that, I think the colors, the shapes of the faces of the people, it looks awesome. I would actually trust it, and I wouldn't say that this is AI if I wouldn't see the fingers of this lady. So yeah, I'm impressed. I'm really impressed with this specific video generation. Let's go further. Let's go to this guitar man, and let's see what it does with this video. Oh, it really looks a little bit creepy, but to be honest, it's pretty okay. Even the shapes of the face, a little bit too smooth, but it's okay. I really like it. If I would look on that from afar, I would trust that this is still the same video, so not so bad, AI. Okay, let's go to the next video with this drummer. So this is how the video looks like originally, and will we be able to say where's... Okay, yeah. We're gonna see right away that this video was generated, this specific piece, by AI. It's like too smooth, too blended, and I actually cannot see even the right hand of this drummer. There's no grain that is in the original video, and it's not so... It's too smooth. Like it really looks bad. So no, I don't like it. For a moment, let's just go back to the video with me holding the cassette. As you remember, I clicked generate again, and let's see what now it will show me. So here starts the AI video. All right, so it didn't change almost anything. Probably a little bit changed the angle of the video cassette, but well, it's not so bad actually. I could trust that this was me if I wouldn't pay much attention on the details. Despite that, everything looks fine. Okay, we have 2 more videos to go through. Remember, this one we were not able to process because there was a capacity of the cloud quota limit reached, whatever. And let's just click generate again. So we'll wait until it's generated. And there's another video with this girl who is reading the book. Let's generate the first 2 seconds for her. So regularly it takes around, I don't know, like 30 seconds up to 2 minutes, depending probably on the time of the day. Probably 25 frames per second videos are processed a little bit faster than 30 frames per second, and so on. So you see the girl is already processed, and let's see how first 2 seconds look like. To be honest, I'm impressed. It's pretty okay. There are a little bit of artifacts on the wall. I don't see the corner as it was in the original video, but the girl herself looks really gorgeous with this AI generated video. So I really like the effect. So yeah, big kudos to Adobe and their AI tool. All right, this video is still generating. Probably there are like too many details or what, but okay, yeah, it's ready. Let's see how these guys look like. Wow. So you see, this guy on the left even showed something with his finger, and that's actually what AI came up with, and that really looks very nice. And you can see there's also a car in the video, a black car there's going outside of the window. And it's also something that AI came up with, because if you go next, there's just two cars that are going afterwards, but there was no car before, so why it came up with a car as well? Very nice AI. So the guy on the right kind of behaves a little bit strange, but all in all, it looks pretty similar to the original video. Even the quality, the sharpness of it looks pretty good. So yeah, I could be fooled if somebody would tell me that this was originally shot video. So yeah, pretty good results. I'm actually pretty impressed with this one. The one with the girl also looks pretty great. The drummer, totally garbage. The guitar guy, also pretty fine, especially his side at the very end when he looks somewhere. That's also something that AI came up with. Pretty nice thing. This one is really, I'm amazed how perfect the video is made, apart from small details like the fingers of this lady. It looks great. Video cassette, well, not so bad. And the first video with the Ferrari, that was the worst one. I don't know why AI did not generate more realistic face or buildings around the car. It was not the best thing. So I will leave it to you to judge whether the tool is useful or not, whether it still needs time to mature, if algorithms should be polished a bit. Put in the comments what you think. But that is what it is today in a beta version of Premiere Pro. Hopefully it will be soon available in a regular app, and all the limitations on the size of the video, the frame rate and generative extension length, because right now it's just 2 seconds, will be lifted and we will be able to enjoy the full power of the feature. But for now, go check it yourself, write in the comments if you are able to achieve nice results, send your examples, and see you in the next one. Cheers!